guys, it's been a bit of a while, but camera's fixed now, so we should be back up and rolling. Today I'm just going to be doing a little bit of review on the Nightfox 100V night vision spotter. Now this is the an infrared spotter that a company sent to me. I'm just going to have a little talk about it. So we'll start off by opening the box. Inside you get the unit itself and a carrying strap, and also some instructions. So you've got the instructions there, very simple to use. Just gives you like the basic info that you need. Other than that, that's it really. Don't really need to talk about any more about the box, but we are going to talk about this. Now the Nightfox, first thing I thought when I took it out of the box is it's pretty light and very sort of plasticky. So I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting all that much when I first opened it. However, I took it home, bought some batteries, and turned it on and had a look over at the trees just over the garden. I was actually quite impressed. Easily reached sort of 100 yards, and I could see pigeons in the cedar tree over there. The batteries it takes are AAA's, or are they? Nope, AA's rather. I've got some just Duracells here, and they just slot in there, and it takes 8 AA batteries, which is quite a lot. They're not all that easy to get in. You've got to be a little bit careful not to bend the springs, but you soon get the hang of slotting them in. So once they're in, the unit turns on. You just simple power button on the top, just one push, and the unit turns on. You can see welcome, and a bit of a picture. Now, to use it in the daylight, it can be used in the day, but you got to use this protective cover. Now this cuts out a lot of the light, so obviously this camera's sensor is very sensitive to light, hence why you can use it at night. And that cover's just got to be on there in the daytime to see anything, otherwise just all whites out, and I can't imagine it'd be very good for the unit. Anyway, when night comes, you flip that off, and you've got your infrared button there. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you've got 7 different stages of infrared. So I mean, the first one will be quite low, you'll probably be able to see about 30 yards, and then the higher you get, the further you'll be able to see, until you get right up to 7, and then you'll be able to see out to 100 yards. You can use a separate infrared spotter with this, so like an infrared torch, sorry, like the night sight I've used alongside with this. So if I had my rifle just pointed over there, I just did this as a bit of an experiment. You could see right up to 300 yards with this quite easily. That's with the Night Sight Wolf infrared illuminator. So it worked really well for me. I've used this in the field a few times now on the rabbits. I used it at the golf course, excellent for spotting rabbits. I found when it was getting sort of dusk, so it was just about dark enough so you couldn't really see at distance with your naked eye, this really did pick up the rabbits well. That's without using any infrared, so it just used the ambient light and picked up anything that needed to be seen. So that's really tidy. But when night came, it really came into its own when I turned on the infrared. For the amount of money that this cost, I really haven't come across anything better. This is on Amazon for, I think it's £105. I can put a link in the description. But I mean, for £105 you really are getting a tidy bit of kit and something that really does work in the field. They haven't paid me to do this review, they've literally just sent it me to have a look at and see what I think. Bearing in mind everything that I'm going to say, £105, so pretty good value. Okay, another thing, you got a focus wheel on the bottom, so if you've got something at really close range you might need to just adjust the focus there. Works well, nice and easy to grab hold of. The rubberized cut pieces work roughly okay. It's not an exact fit to your eyes, but they are soft and pliable, so you can make them fit. I think more than anything they're just to shadow the brightness coming off the screen onto your eyes, so it's not illuminating your face at all. there are some things that I would change about it if there was going to be an upgraded one. There's a few recommendations that I would go for, and I'll start off by saying the welcome screen. Now in the daylight, I'll show you, in the daylight it doesn't really make much difference. However, when you're at night, that really does shine brightly in your face, and it strains your eyes a little bit. Just the shade of colour that they've used, and the brightness, it's not the best. So I would probably, if I was making another one, get rid of that completely. Just turn it on and have it just as a spotting unit. Another thing I'd change is there's no actual brightness setting on the screen. So although you can change the infrared setting, there's no brightness setting. So I mean, when you're looking sort of across the fields, it is bright on your eyes, and if you could just turn that down, if there was like, I don't know, 3 stages or even an adjustable wheel that you could turn up and down as and when you need to, I think that'd be a really good upgrade. There's this power button. I have accidentally turned it on before in my bag and just drained the battery completely. I mean, it's just a very simple button, and the unit just turns on straight away. So either like a push and hold button, or maybe a wheel, so you turn it and that can adjust your brightness at the same time. I don't know, but I think that could be quite a good upgrade. Bearing in mind, all of these little things probably add a cost to the unit, but I think that cost would be worth it. I wouldn't mind spending an extra £50 and having these little things sorted. Again, it is what it is. It's a brilliant unit for the money, and I would recommend it to anyone who's looking to get into night shooting, but maybe doesn't have the funds to sort of spend money on like night sight spotters and things like that. Other than that, like I say, great unit, and it did, to be honest, help me shoot a lot more rabbits than I would have done. Me and my brother went out from 10:30 till 4:30 in the morning on the rabbits on the golf course. We only shot 2, so not a successful night. Or was it 3? No, we shot 3. So not a successful night, but I don't think we'd have even got that without this spotting unit, so very grateful for that. If you'd like more information, put a link in the description in the bottom as to where you can buy it and read up on the specs, etc. That's just my little overview of the Nightfox 100V. So really good. I did a bit of a field test when we were out on the rabbits, so I'll roll that in now. Well, I'm out here on one of my permissions, and I've got the night vision here, the Nightfox, and we've just been using it on the rabbits this evening and tonight. We've had a few, and it's been a real good help spotting them. You get a really wide field of view, which is really good. I mean, with the night sight it's good, but if you've got even like a 3-power scope, you're only getting a very narrow field of view compared to this. So if I turn it on now and pop the infrared onto 7, which is the highest setting, I can see the 200-yard marker for the driving range. So really impressive. I mean, there is a fair bit of ambient light today, but even so, very impressive for what the unit is. You've also got a zoom feature on here, so you can zoom up to 2 times more than it already is. So I think preset, this is at 3 magnification, you can add another 2 on there just by digitally zooming it. So if I get the camera and show you what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see here, it's really illuminating quite well. You can see the tractor over there, and the conifer trees. And if we move it round, might not be able to show it on the camera, but you can see right out to 100 easily with that. But thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed this very brief review. All the best. Cheers.